Okay, hello everyone. My name is Colin Daymude, and welcome to our webinar, How to Simplify Hybrid Work Through Scheduling and Integrations. And just in case you're not that familiar with OfficeRnD, we are a global leader in flexible and hybrid workplace software solutions. And we exist because we're in the midst of a workplace revolution where employees are demanding to work where they want and with the people they prefer to get the best outcomes for the companies they work for and for themselves. So it's no longer a one-way street. But for that to happen, technology to enable a hybrid workplace must be simple to use and integrate with existing tools like Google and Microsoft Teams. And that's our focus of the product webinar today. And there's so much new software in the workplace that can easily get lost in the shuffle, and employee adoption is critical. So a couple of items just to go over. Housekeeping: we are recording the webinar, and we'll send out a recording at the end. You'll get an email, so make sure you check your junk folder if you haven't received it yet. And you can reply to that email, and I will respond if you have any particular questions. If you drop off, don't worry. We've got it recorded. If you want a PDF of the PowerPoint slide, reply to the email that we send you as well. We're not going to send that automatically, but we'll send the recording. I'll go through panelist introductions, and then what features are really important in optimizing and enabling a hybrid workplace. And we'll do a short demo after each description. And we'll talk about some really exciting roadmap items and what's coming next in the platform to help you optimize your hybrid workplace. And then some upcoming events that you're going to want to save the date for. I'm really excited about. We've got some cool things coming up, some live events, some virtual events, a new podcast, and then a Q&A. So if you've got questions, please, throughout the webinar, please drop them in the chat. And we'll try and pick those up at the end. We should have enough time, 10, 15 minutes to answer any questions. So this is just an overview of what we're going to cover today and how OfficeRnD works with your existing tech stack to enable room desk bookings through Google Calendar and Outlook, secure seamless login through single sign-on, SSO, instant access to floor plan bookings through Microsoft Teams, and automated check-ins through integrated door access. And if for some reason the tools you use we don't cover today, you can use our API to build integrations or use a third party like Zapier. So quick introduction to our panelists. I'm product marketing manager at OfficeRnD for our hybrid product. And we've got the very talented Momchil Blaskov. I call him Mo. He's our product manager. And then Ivan Guberkov, who is actually our product lead with OfficeRnD Hybrid. And I totally dismissed our CEO, but he is here as well, Miroslavov. And so he's got 7 years as the founder of this company, experience with flexible and hybrid solutions, working with literally thousands of companies, so all over the globe. So if you've got questions, he's the guy you want to ask. So glad to have him on the webinar with us today. So before I jump into the product features and how they can help you, I just want to share a story and how it relates to what we're talking about today. I just finished a great book called The Culture Code by Daniel Coyle, and he's also the author of the best-selling The Talent Code. But anyway, he described a situation with Bank of America, and they were experiencing a ton of call center turnover. And so they hired a sociometric analyst, who I've never heard of that job title before, but he determined that stress was the underlying issue with their call center turnover. And that in itself was not much of a revelation, but the real value came from the fix, which was simply to sync calendars so that employees could take a 15-minute coffee break together. And the impact was almost immediate. They had a 20% improvement in productivity and a reduction in turnover from 40% to 12%. Now, the point I want to make is that people typically don't put a lot of value in simplicity. They think things need to be ultra complicated, and they might be behind the scenes to be valuable. But solutions for enabling or optimizing a hybrid workplace may also seem very simple, but it's important to, not to underestimate how small environmental changes in a hybrid workplace can have huge impact on outcomes. So having said that, I thought it was a great segue into our first product feature that we're really excited about, and that's the Microsoft Teams integration. And we built the OfficeRnD Microsoft Teams integration to streamline setup and make it extremely easy for employees to book rooms and desks without having to log into another program. And our connection with Microsoft Teams and Active Directory creates a simple onboarding process for employees as well as administrators. And it sits as an additional tab inside of Teams where employees are presented with a visual floor plan of the office where they can pan and zoom to find the exact space where they would like to work. And Mo, our product manager, is here to give us a tour. And so I'm going to let him take it over and show us how it works. Mo, it's all yours.
Thanks for the great intro, Colin. So can you see my screen now, guys?
Yes, gotcha.
Okay, great. I'm truly excited to be able to share all the features that we developed in the past couple of months, and especially to get your feedback. So please send over your questions over the chat, and we'll make sure to answer them all. So the Microsoft Team integration is very easy and straightforward to configure to begin with. But keep in mind that you must be an administrator to do it. So if you're not, request your admins to help you. It takes really a few clicks. The administrator installs the app to all employees in the company. And then the employee journey begins, how it actually looks like. As an employee, I open the MS Teams desktop app or the mobile app or the web application, doesn't really matter. OfficeRnD Hybrid is available everywhere. When I enter the MS Teams app, I will see OfficeRnD Hybrid here, up here on the left in the panel, or it's not, if it's not here, I'll be able to search from here the app and find it out. Then when the SSO integration is switched on, I'll be able to directly sign in with my Microsoft account, and that's it. In my case, I have already logged in. So what do we see here? The first thing is the interactive floor plan of my office. From here, I can book desks and meeting rooms in a second. The floor plan availability is shown as of today, so 22nd of March, and I'm able to choose the desk or meeting or room that I want. I've already booked a desk for today next to my colleague Alex, who is a designer in our team. As we'll be the whole day today, we'll be working on our UI improvements. So the idea was to sit next to each other so that we can collaborate. I will now book a desk for Thursday, when I plan to work a lot with my colleague Ioana, who is our head of engineering here. The idea is that we want to improve our processes, and first of all, I want to sit next to her. Luckily enough, as you can see, all the desks next to her are available. So go straight and book a desk. Here it is. That's my desk next to her. And the next step, we wanted also to work together for a few hours in a meeting room, as it's going to be a lively discussion, really. But have I booked one? I often forget to book meeting rooms, and the colleagues here can confirm that whenever we have one-on-one meetings, there is never a meeting room. But what we can do easily from here is to go to the meeting rooms tab, where you can check the schedule of the meeting rooms. From here, I can see the availability of the meeting rooms as well, what amenities are available. For our discussion, I will need a whiteboard. So what I can do is to come here, pick an amenities. I'll select the whiteboard, and I can narrow down the results. Luckily enough, in our scenario, this small room is available for the entire day. So I'll just book 1.5 hours for our brainstorming session. And then I will also invite Ioana to the meeting so that she receives the invitation right on her email. So here it is. I've managed also from here directly to book a room for our meeting. So as you can see from the MS Teams app, you can do literally everywhere, literally everything. You can book a desk as well as book meeting rooms. So we have the full functionality of our web portal within MS Teams. So what about if I want to manage my bookings, if I want to make any changes? This happens really very often. As a colleague will ask you to reschedule the meeting for later, or your kid is sick and you have to take care of it for half day before your wife returns from work. So you decide that you won't be going to the office anymore. And you can also do this from the MS Teams app. You can go to My Bookings and then to the bookings page where you can see a list of all your bookings. And here from the pencil, you can simply edit or cancel a booking. I'll cancel my booking. And here you go. In this page, also from the date filter, you can see bookings for a particular future period or see the historical ones. So pretty much, again, in a nutshell, that's the MS Teams app, super powerful, super easy to use. Our customers who already adopted it love it, and they do all their bookings through it. And the best thing is there is no need to adopt any new tool. Colin, back to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the key to productivity in a hybrid workplace is definitely working within existing teams and our existing tech stack. Nobody wants an additional app. That's for sure. So thank you. The next product we're going to talk about is the personal schedule page. And the personal schedule page is a new page in the web portal and mobile app, which allows you to see at a glance your schedule for the upcoming 2 weeks and plan your visits to the office. So we put you in control of your agenda and provide you with all the necessary information to decide when you want to go to the office. So from the schedule page, you're able to see when you're in the office and when working from home. You can book a desk with one click and check it out on the floor plan. You can check in for the day, edit and cancel your reservations, and review your meeting schedule and add a room if you want. And so Mo, can you walk us through once more how this looks in real life?
Absolutely. Let me share my screen. Do you see it now?
Yes, we got
Yeah.
you.
Okay, great. So let me briefly walk through this page. The purpose behind building it was really to make employees' life easier and to enable them to manage their long-term agenda. So by default, here you see the next 2 weeks, as Colin said. Here is your status for the day. So for example, today, Tuesday, I'm working from the office. On Wednesday, I'm working from home, and Thursday, again, I'm working from the office. From this page, I can check in for my desk, as well as I can see exactly the days that I booked where it's located. So by clicking here on the small pin, I'll be redirected to the floor plan, and I'll be able to see where is my desk. I will return back to my schedule page. What's also great about this page is that we have the ability to make a quick booking. The quick booking feature is powered by our strong artificial intelligence algorithm. Based on your preferences and the previous bookings that you have made, the engine books the most relevant desk for you. I will book now one desk for Wednesday to show how this looks. So your desk is automatically booked. And as you can see, I got the same desks as I booked for Tuesday, so it follows my preferences. On this page, I also see the meeting rooms that I've booked for the day. So here it is. Today I had a daily in the Wars meeting room, and from the pin again, I can go and see where the meeting room is situated. I can also edit and cancel my bookings. And the same is valid like for both desk and meeting room bookings. Okay, so imagine the following scenario, which is getting pretty common, that I'm required to be in the office every Tuesday, Thursday. This is not the case in OfficeRnD, but in many of our customers, they really have a very strict policy. From the calendar on the right-hand side, I can check which days I'm in the office. These days are marked in light blue. And what I can see here is that I follow the policy for this week, but next week I have a booking only on Thursday. So what I can do is to select 29th here and book a desk for this day as well. In this way, I'm confident that I have my bookings for every Tuesday and Thursday in the upcoming 2 weeks, and that I follow the policy that we have in place. Okay, yeah, this was it more or less about the schedule page. Colin, back to you now.
Yeah, I think the feature I love the most is because I'm a creature of habit. It suggests the exact same desk that I was at previously. But of course, for an introvert like myself, it'd probably help if it said, hey, you haven't sat next to any of these people ever. Do you want to give it a try? Even though I'd probably say no. Thank you. Thank you for that. So next up is finding teammates and colleagues, because ultimately the science is very clear that we're most productive and we want to collaborate with teammates when we're in the office. And so that's one of the most valuable tools I think we can have in a hybrid situation. And we're constantly improving the floor plan. And with the latest updates, we made it very easy to find your colleagues by quickly scanning the floor plan. And now you can see on the desks and spaces the photo or initials of employees. And the new avatars are available for both bookable and dedicated desks as well as spaces. And we also introduced a label which clearly shows where you sit and that you don't have to search your desk. And once again, Mo is going to show how this works in real time.
You stole the show here, Colin, but I will open and show how it looks, but you said most of it. What we can see here, that you can really, one of the most important aspects of our product is to help you bring your team together in the office. And the purpose of this feature is exactly this, to be able to quickly scan and see where your colleagues sit and either sit next to them or escape in the best possible way. So sit far, far away from them if they're too noisy or for some reason you might not like them. To make this easier for you, what we did is that we now show the photos of your colleagues on the days that they have booked. If they, for some reason, haven't uploaded a photo, we will show here their initials. Also, your desk is clearly marked with this label and your photo. Just a couple of minutes ago, we introduced this new button, Teammates, where you can see a list with all of the people and you're able to find them on the Floorplan. Previously, this was there on the canvas, but there were some issues when we go to other resolutions. So that's why we decided to go forward with this solution. On top of that, something that I want to share, and it's again related to collaboration, is that from the company directory, when you go to the profile of any of your colleagues, for example, Jim, you can see their bookings and assigned desks for the next 2 weeks. And by clicking the join button, you'll be redirected to the Floorplan, where again you can see on this day where do they sit. This really helps you not only to search by date, but also to search by a specific colleague and plan your office visits, or as I mentioned, decide not to go to the office because someone might be there. Yeah, and pretty much that's it.
Great. Thank you, Mo. I love the feature to be able to see my teammates. I was recently in the office and I wanted to work with specific people because we had events coming up. And so I wanted to work with our event coordinator. And of course, I wanted to work with you, Mo, on our product updates. And so that's just an awesome feature to be able to utilize. I want to share a question that we got is, once you book a hot desk, do you get an email confirmation? And the answer to that, I think Yvonne answered it, is yes. So if you didn't see that in the chat, absolutely get an email confirmation. So next up on our feature, our product feature is Google Calendar and Directory Sync. And I think I mentioned I was just recently in the office. But for, when people aren't in the office all the time, they don't always get that facial recognition. So it's good to be able to see a picture and then find somebody on a calendar. But for me, as a remote employee, when I want to create a meeting with people who might be in the office, I can see if they're in the office and then be able to see the meeting rooms directly in Google Calendar was extremely helpful for me. Not only as a remote employee to book that room for them, but to book it for myself if I actually do go in the office. So the goal of this feature, Google Calendar and Directory Sync, is to fit just seamlessly into your existing tech stack. We're a Google Suite company, so that's what we use. So this hits close to home. And this past November, we expanded our integrations with Google Calendar. And with the integration, you can take advantage of OfficeRnD visual and intuitive advanced room booking flow while having all your meetings in Google Calendar as well. The integration provides a two-way sync with Google Calendar. So all meetings that you create or edit in Google Calendar are reflected in OfficeRnD and vice versa. And then when booking is made or updated or canceled in OfficeRnD, it's sent to the meeting room, organizer, and guest calendar in Google Calendar and vice versa. And the integration also works for one-off and recurring bookings. So I think I use this as a remote employee, mostly remote employee, more often than anything else, because I can book that meeting room for people I know who are in the office. But Mo, once again, is going to show us how this looks in real life.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so I will start with the Google Directory Sync, and I wanted to show you how easy it is really to set up an integration in OfficeRnD. So I will quickly do the setup here. I mean, we won't waste a lot of time. As I was playing around, just deactivate and start from scratch. Okay. So with the Google Directory Sync, we now have the perfect solution which enables you to manage your employees end-to-end in OfficeRnD. The integration allows you to automatically add all your employees and saves you time from adding and manage them manually. All you need to do is to sync the two systems and let the employees' profiles get automatically created and updated in OfficeRnD Hybrid. The best thing is that combined with our SSO integration, employees won't need to create an account, but can simply log in with their Google Work account directly and start booking. So then goal is really to allow you to roll out the OfficeRnD to your employees in a few hours. Let me show you how it works super quickly. You click here, activate, and then you need to click connect. You're asked to sign in with Google. Please keep in mind that you need to be a admin of your Google account in order to do it. If you're not, again, go and contact your admins. It takes really few clicks. So definitely, it won't take them a lot of their time. So here it is. I connected our admin Google account to the Google directory sync. And now what I want to do is to sync a particular group of employees. So I'll click configure. I created a small group with 2 employees, which is called Blaskov test. I will show you how it looks in the Google admin. Just a second. Yeah. So here is the group. As I mentioned, group with 2 employees. The best way here is to organize your employees by departments. So for example, have your HR team, IT team, or like all the teams within your company, so that they can be directly created in OfficeRnD. Okay, so these are the people that I want to create and then sync in OfficeRnD. So I selected this Blaskov test group. As you can see here, Blaskov test again. And I will select the building. So the building again was created first in the Google admin, and I want to make sure that I have it here so that the employees are created in the right office. I will enable auto sync, which means that whenever new employees are added to Google directory, they'll be automatically created in OfficeRnD, or when they're removed, they will be set to inactive in OfficeRnD. I'm clicking done. Integration did successfully. So the magic has happened. Let's see the outcome. So here I come, and I will filter by team. And here are the guys. So Christo and Miroslav from our team, their profiles have been automatically created in the system from the Google directory. Okay, so this was really the first very important piece. And the next one is the Google Calendar. I've already here signed in, but it's exactly the same process. You just simply need to click one button. But again, you need to be an admin of your organization. With the Google Calendar integration, you can take advantage of the visual and intuitive advance from Bookings Fall. So what Colin mentioned, what you have to do in terms of configuration over here, you just simply need to match the meeting rooms that you have in your Office and Google account to the ones in OfficeRnD. So here I did it with the, I have a single room, so a very simplified case, but the large meeting room. Okay, so let's see how this works in action. I will go to OfficeRnD and here to the meeting rooms page. And I want to book a room for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So let's see here. This is my Google calendar, no meetings here. And when I come and create the meeting in OfficeRnD, I will call it just simply meeting 1. I click book. And the meeting appears in Google Calendar as well. The idea here is that you can use our intuitive and really beautiful calendar view with all the pictures, the floor plan, as well as the ability to search by amenities, capacity, etc. And at the same time, get all your meetings in Google Calendar. You can also invite your colleagues from here, and they will receive the meeting respectively. I showed this in the Microsoft Teams piece, but just one more time. Here, from the guests, you can invite any of your colleagues. Click, for example, Angela, click update, and they'll receive an invitation for the meeting. Okay, so let me show you how it works in the opposite direction. So for example, if I want to make the booking from Google Calendar, I'll call this meeting 2. I need to add the room. It's gonna be the large meeting room. Yeah, here it is. And then when I click save, I'm done with my booking. I have to go here to our platform. I'll just click refresh as it takes some time. And here it is, the second meeting done from Google Calendar. So as you can see, the integration works both ways, and you're able to use either Google Calendar or OfficeRnD. I believe some of your employees might prefer the one or the other. So in conclusion, as you can see, we also seamlessly fit in the Google tech stack and allow you to onboard users super quickly, but more importantly, to guarantee adoption afterwards. Colin, back to you now.
Yeah, it's exciting, Mo. I love it when technology works as simply and seamlessly as that. Simple admin setup and then two-way sync is such a great feature. The last feature we're going to talk about is simplified. Well, next to last is simplified floor plan builder, and a little bit of a tongue twister. But bookings are really at the heart of our solution, rooms and desks, and we're never going to stop improving that element of our platform. So in our latest release is focused on simplifying bookings from the floor plan itself. When you click on a desk or a space, a quick booking window appears so you can book a desk or space with one click. You can make a booking for a specific time slot for the entire day, or set a recurring booking. After the successful booking, you stay on the floor plan where you can see your desk as well as who you might be collaborating with. So some people want that visual. So we offer both options, either the visual or from an employee view. And Mo is going to give us a quick tour of what this looks like in real life as well. Back to you, Mo.
Thanks, Colin. Sharing again my screen. I think that's my favorite update, but I'm not sure, to be honest. But our Floorplan is really in the heart of our product, and we've been listening very carefully to you guys, our customers, trial users, and all the people onboarding. And wanted to really improve significantly the setup that we had. So I'm really thrilled to present you the new Floorplan builder, which is very intuitive and simple. Now you can really create and manage your Floorplan with a few clicks. So how it all starts? It starts with adding a floor. You need to write the floor name. And you need to upload an image. And then after you upload the image, you need to click add, and you're done with the Floorplan creation. As I've already created one, I will just go straight to it and edit it. Let me show you how it looks like. So that's the Floorplan that we already created. As you can see here, we have a couple of different desks and meeting rooms, private offices, What I will show now is how you can add desks. Just a second. Yeah, here it is called desk. So you simply need to click on the Floorplan and you create a desk. So for example, I will create here 6 desks. And when you're done with creating desks, you can select them at book. And if you want, you can add different amenities. So for example, I will add them laptop stand and dual monitor. I can also add them a booking policy. So if I want to somehow set rules for reservations, in our case, it's limiting maximum booking duration to 24 hours and recurring bookings are out and allowing recurring bookings. I'm done with that. What I can also do is to create a neighborhood. So neighborhoods allow admins to assign areas of the office to specific teams. So for example, sales, or I'll make this one for the HR team. The purpose is to limit the access to the respective team. So for example, I will limit the access to this neighborhood only to the HR team. Here we go. And this is the HR team neighborhood. So the HR guys can book only here. What else I can do? I'm able to add a dedicated desk. So imagine that some people dealing with sensitive data. So for example, accounting team, they want a dedicated desk, so no one else is sitting on it. I will say here Angela from the accounting team, and she will be calm that no one is going to sit on her desk and mess up with all the documents. There is also an option to add spaces, so you can add meeting rooms and private offices, both available for booking or dedicated, so dedicated to a specific person or a team. For those of you who need different types of desks and spaces, our platform is super powerful and allows you to create unlimited types of resources. Something also helpful here in the Floorplan is on the left-hand side, you have a panel which allows you to navigate from one desk to another, so that you easily find the desk that you're looking for. Other interesting thing is that all changes are automatically published to the web portal, so there is no need to click save or make or anything else. So let me show you how the things that we just added look on the web portal. So here it is, the new neighborhood that I've created for the HR team only, and the dedicated desk assigned to Angela. Yeah, pretty much that's it in a nutshell about the new Floorplan builder. But as you can see, I managed with a few clicks to build it and to add new resources. So it's very easy to use.
Very simple to utilize. Thank you, Mo, for that demo and the floor plan view of booking desks and rooms and collaborating with team members and getting the right resources you need when you're in the office. So this last feature we're going to talk about is health and well-being surveys. I think is really critical because COVID is winding down, at least in most places around the globe, but health and well-being is always going to be a priority for businesses. And OfficeRnD Hybrid surveys allow office administrators or any manager really to build a variety of surveys that can be sent out to ask employees questions about the office, specific needs. Any workplace type survey doesn't necessarily have to be just health oriented, but it's all well-being or employee engagement. So whether you're sending out health surveys or asking about new changes to the office, we believe that surveys will create a more open line of communication with employees, but also provide managers and leaders with that critical decision-making data that can help them iterate how their hybrid workplace changes in the future to stay on top of new trends. So survey questions can be edited and rearranged to meet a variety of needs. And you can use multiple question types, such as text-based questions, multiple choice, or yes or no questions. And I think most people are familiar with how to create surveys, and they're just that simple within OfficeRnD. So we're not going to do a separate demo. But I hope anybody listening who has not adopted our platform already to get a demo scheduled, work with one of our consultation team members, our account executives, who can help walk you through the specific features that you need. And so let's talk about what's coming next. Again, I mentioned we've got to continue to iterate. Hybrid workplace is new. Workplace revolution is new. It's really the first kind of revolution that we've had since the Industrial Revolution. And so I'm really excited that Miro could be on the webinar with us today to talk about the feature roadmap and what's coming up. So Miro, it's all yours.
Thanks, Colin. Well, so yeah, hi everyone. It's really a huge pleasure for me to be here. It's been a while since I haven't been able to actually talk about product and especially roadmap. So I'm particularly excited about that. And yeah, the hybrid work revolution, it's huge. We all suffer to a certain degree with it, and we all struggle. It's a big pain for, I can say, most organizations around the globe. And yeah, we are here really to solve it, or at least to make it easier and simplify all of the processes around managing a hybrid workforce. So as Mo and Colin mentioned, probably the big topic of the day is how to help you bring people together in the offices or maybe in other spaces so that they can have more face-to-face time and collaborate basically more, because it's proven that face-to-face collaboration actually helps in so many ways. So a big part of that we are currently working on is what we call invite teammates. So that teammate section on the floor plan, we want to take it to a whole new level where, for example, when you're making a booking, you can easily invite your teammates, send them a nice notification or reminder to book and join you for that day, which yeah comes down also to the what we call notifications and reminder system, which also will be ready in April or around that time frame, where we want to allow you and your employees to basically configure all the notifications and reminders they will get from the system. There will be more stuff there because, as I mentioned, we want to help you bring people more often together. So a good reminder can actually do a lot in order to achieve that. Sometimes, yeah, that's what we need. Just a small reminder that maybe we can go to the office tomorrow and spend some time with real human beings, because, yeah, why not? So, as Colin also mentioned, we are very much a Google-focused company, but also, I mean, we've done a lot on the Microsoft front, but Google is also very close to our hearts. So that's why, to match the awesomeness of our Microsoft Teams integration, we are currently working on a Google Chrome extension, which will very much look and behave like the Microsoft Teams integration. It's going to be awesome, and you'll have all the same booking and scheduling experience directly within Chrome. This also should be done in April, which is very exciting. Next in line, a big part of our what we call an appless experience, which basically goes around the idea that no one really needs another app on their phone. I mean, if you want to get an app, yeah, that's fine. But all of us, we have too many of them anyway. So Outlook add-in can be another great place for your teammates to actually schedule meeting spaces and book desks and overall schedule the team and personal visits to the office. So we'll make an add-in directly within Outlook that's going to take it to a whole new level. Then the next in line for Q2 is what we call hybrid work policies. As Mo showed you the schedule page, really interesting thing that we will see more and more in the future is how organizations will actually react and how they will manage the guidelines and the policies around hybrid working. So we want to streamline this process and allow companies to actually build those processes and to a certain degree either enforce them on people or maybe just use them as a guideline. So maybe you can set up that your teams should be in the office minimum 2 days a week. And you can either make it strict, therefore the system will really nudge you to make a booking and eventually even why not penalize you, I don't know, or make you a very short and sweet reminder that you really need to come to the office today. So why not use it on Tuesday when most of your teammates will be there anyway. So go ahead and book a desk. Yeah, that's kind of, there is a lot that can be done on that front. We'll spend a lot of time in Q2 to redefine these and really make it simple to use them. Another real big thing for us, and it's always been actually since we started OfficeRnD 7 years ago, has been about ease of use of everything that we built. We had a really big success in the flexible workspace management domain because we managed to build the most user-friendly platform, and we definitely want to do that in the hybrid world as well. And actually, to do that, we need to uplift a little our user interface and user experience in our web and app and integrations. So we're already working on a really beautiful design that will be, truly amazing. Our goal is to get this up and running in Q2. Last but not least is something again that kind of goes around bringing people together in the offices, what we call the smart hybrid work scheduler. It's more already mentioned that we are building some algorithms to help you find the best desk, but this can be taken to a whole new level. There is so much that we can actually do based on the information that's already in the platform. Just one example is, imagine it's next Tuesday, you'll have a meeting with 5 people. 3 of them are already booked desks in the office. So why not the system can not just suggest you, but directly book you a desk because it's always better to be, for example, on that meeting in person because hybrid meetings are also a little painful. So there is a lot that can be done on that front, and we'll continue investing in making the scheduling system of OfficeRnD Hybrid a lot smarter. And something that actually it's not on that list, but it's huge. I think we will be working Q2 is the analytics. We firmly believe that the office and the workplace is and should be an evolution. It's a never ending game, and it can always be better. So if you're using a platform such as OfficeRnD Hybrid, you have a lot of data that can truly guide you what's the office that you need and what's the future office that you need and how you can improve it. So basically, we want to invest a lot more on the analytics front. So in Q2, we'll bring the full power of our Analytics Pro, which is a real BI, business intelligence analytics platform. Yeah, we'll basically take the workplace analytics to a whole new level. We can expect that also in Q2. Yeah, before I give it back to Colin, you can actually go to hybridupdates.officernd.com, where you will be able to see the roadmap live and changing. You can subscribe to specific items that you're particularly excited about. You can drop comments and actually help us build a better product with you. So yeah, that's more or less it. Thanks so much. And Colin, that's over to you.
Thank you, Miro. These are all very exciting and the next stage of evolution in hybrid workplace tools. So we understand how much uncertainty there is around moving to a hybrid workplace, staying in a hybrid workplace. And so we think that creating events and where people can discuss these things and learn from best practices and companies who have been there, done that, and done it successfully, and also learn from their mistakes. We think those events are very, very important. So we're excited to announce that we have started a podcast to talk to leaders who and employees who have navigated or are trying to navigate moving to or optimize a hybrid workplace. So that podcast, first edition, will come out April 20th. And we're really excited about that. It'll be on every place that hosts podcasts. You'll be able to find Flex World, the Workplace Revolution, the podcast, which is coincidentally named after our event. We have a live event coming up in September. Last year it was virtual. This year we'll actually be able to come and meet Yvonne and Mo and Miro and myself, and talk to other people who are implementing solutions to make a hybrid workplace more efficient and productive. And then next month in May at 11 a.m. Eastern time, the same time that this webinar was played, we're going to have a more of an introduction to hybrid work, what to do when you have more employees than desks. And some companies are just at that stage. They grew during COVID. They don't have enough real estate, and now they've got decisions to make. So we're going to help them navigate that challenge. But we're really excited about these three events. The details will come out if you registered for this webinar. Then we'll send details, specific dates and times in our newsletter, as well as some dedicated emails for this event. So if you've got any questions, now's the time. We've got Momchil and Yvonne and Miro here to answer any particular questions. But Yvonne, I've got a question for you that popped up specifically. You're the business leader at OfficeRnD Hybrid, and if companies don't have workplace solutions, what's a good first step for them to take to start looking for the right solution for their scenario?
Well, I would actually say that to be successful in finding a solution, you actually need a little bit of preliminary work, and you need to understand a little bit better what your employees want in terms of work. Do they want something like a schedule? Do they prefer more flexibility? And try to have a very basic policy in place. Because a solution comes secondary, and we have seen multiple companies trying to focus on finding a solution, thinking that, hey, we now have the solution, so people are going to magically start appearing in the office and they're going to start working together, when in fact you need to give them some sort of guidance on how they can return to the office, how they can collaborate, and then find a solution that just enables the way of working that you have. And further to that, understand that there's no gold standard right now for how to do hybrid work. So you need to treat it as an experiment, and you need to treat it as an evolution, and you need to be very open to feedback and find the solution that allows you to make changes to your booking policies, changes to the way people are booking, and definitely try to avoid the situations where you're forcing your employees to do something specific, because that usually doesn't work based on our experience with companies around the world.
Yeah, lots of leaders are getting vilified in social media for making rash decisions without really consulting what the leadership, what's important to them and what's important to employees as well. So don't make that mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you, Yvonne. So we've got another question from Henrique Anderson. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Does your system support QR codes for workplaces and rooms?
I would take this one. Currently not, but what Miro mentioned about our roadmap within hybrid policies, check-ins and QR codes for check-ins is on top of our list. So I believe that's what we're looking for, to be able to check in for your work place or room with a QR code, and that will be coming in the next quarter.
Yeah, so I encourage you to go.
That's part of the hybrid work policies. Indeed, thanks actually for bringing this up. I actually missed it on the, yeah.
Yeah, good question. Thank you. And I think I think that's all the questions we've had so far. Any parting words, Miro?
No, well, thanks so much, actually, Colin. Was really awesome, and Mo and Ivan. So yeah, I'm so much looking forward to the future of hybrid work.
Yeah, Mo, thank you so much for giving us a demo. I know that's not easy on the spot. And Ivan, thank you for being here to support the webinar. Please, book some time with an account executive. They're great. They've got a massive amount of experience working with, we've worked with thousands of teams over the last 7 years all over the globe. So, please rely on that experience, and mark the date on one of our next events, but we'll get you messages out for that. So thank you, Mo. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Miro. And thank you for everyone who attended today. We'll send the recording out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.